What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's talk about Bitcoin today, you guys. I know a lot of people are wondering, maybe not scared, but wondering, curious what my opinion is based on yesterday's price action, right? We've dropped off, we sold off, we had a bearish engulfing candle. Oh, that's scary. Bearish engulfing candles normally mean that you're going to go lower, right? That's a bearish sign if you're learning technical analysis fundamentals 101, right? That is a bearish sign, bearish engulfing candles. Throw that in with the fact that we had above average volume. Volume picked up. That was some of the most volume we've seen, you guys, since like December 20th was yesterday on this engulfing candle. Okay, what happened was, or at least the perceived idea of what happened was that the Fed announced that they're going to push rate cuts back until next month, right? They're not going to cut the rates now. They're going to push it back till next month. And the market received that bearishly, which doesn't make sense to me because generally rate cuts dropping too fast is what's bad for the markets. Rate cuts dropping slowly. The only time that we've had rate cuts happen on a federal interest rate basis that wasn't terrible, that didn't induce a recession or a market-wide just economic catastrophe, that was when we dropped the rates at a very sustainable, slow pace. So the fact it's getting pushed back, I don't think is a bad thing at all. I think the market overreacted today, and I think that rationality is going to come back tomorrow or at least next week, sometime within the week, and that's going to make up for this. I don't think that this is the ignition, that this is a point where we're going to continue going down. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I don't think I'm wrong about it this time, though, but we'll see. Time will tell. You want me to give you a number that would prove that I'm wrong, that would invalidate anything that I'm saying? Let's see, from a high to a low or a low to a high. Get below 92.5K. If you can get below 90, you don't even have to form new lows. You get below 92.5K on a closing daily basis, I'll wave the white flag. At that point, I would definitely think we're going not just below 90K, but maybe even below 80K. But at this moment, what I want to do, just to wrap this video up and keep it kind of short, we're not going to do analysis in the way that we normally do analysis, right? Because the targets haven't changed. Yesterday did not change the targets, right? Everything that I've said from yesterday and the days before, it all leads to the same place, right? We're going up to 130K by the end of January. We're going up to 142K anywhere, and this is where things get crazy, guys. 142K to 175K by the end of February. 142K to 175K. You heard that correctly. Yes, by the end of February. Yes, that is my expectation. Yes, and no, I'm not just saying that for clicks and likes. 175K, though I know that that's bold and that stands out there. We have a lot of evidence that actually suggests that kind of move could happen, and it could happen right now. That's not this video. I can post that video. I'll post it in the description below, or probably in a pinned comment, because the disclaimer in the description is so long. But I want to analyze these bearish engulfing candles. Let's do that. Okay, so here's a bearish engulfing candle. How you define a bearish engulfing candle too, right? Like this, that's a dominant candle. That really is. That's not a bearish engulfing candle, right? To bearishly engulf, you have to have your wick. You'd have to wick up here. If that wick went all the way above this wick and then you did that, that would be technically a bearish engulfing candle. Everybody defines it differently, I suppose, but to my knowledge, the average person would not define this as a bearish engulfing candle. More of like a bearish Marubozu or something like that, but this is a bearish engulfing candle, right? And it's basically the same thing. It's just you got the wick that goes above this thing's candle. You engulf the whole candle beforehand, so right? So this one here, similar, but not an engulfing candle technically. This engulfing candle, last time we had an engulfing candle, bearish. We went down for the next 4 days, okay? Bearish, we went down for 4 days. From the high to the low, we went down 8.6%. If from this high to low, we were to drop 8.6%, that takes us down to about, right around 94, 93.5K, something in that area, right? So not a lower low if we were to make that same move. Just because it's a bearish engulfing candle here, that was smaller. This one's a bearish engulfing candle. Doesn't mean you have to make that same move. You could make less of a move. You could make bigger of a move. We don't know. We're just measuring, showing that was a continuation. You had some bearish reaction after that bearish engulfing candle. Let's move on. Not a bearish engulfing candle. We won't compare it. This one I would say is a bearish engulfing candle. It doesn't have too much of a wick, but it's pretty close. Like I would call it a bearish engulfing candle. Here, you found your low that day. You didn't move up immediately the next day, but you found your low that day, and then you moved up. Where's the next one? Bearish engulfing candle here. Next day you found your low, and then you moved up. Okay, so that's two good, I would say two good bearish engulfing candles versus one bad one. The bad one determined as it continued to move down afterwards, and it really wasn't that bad anyways, right? And then the good ones where you basically bottomed out immediately right after having a bearish engulfing candle. Here's another bearish engulfing candle, right? This was the last one we had, and you bottomed immediately afterwards. Bearish engulfing candle. Next day you bottomed and then you moved up. Crazy, right? Bearish engulfing candle. No, not so much. You engulf the body, but you don't engulf the wicks. Either way, if that was a bearish engulfing candle, I kind of want to call it one, but it's not technically, not by the way I defined it, right? So but even then, still moved up afterwards. Whatever. Bearish engulfing candle here, and you moved up right afterwards. I don't know about you guys. Bearish engulfing candle. Okay, that one was a bad one, but you only continued for 2 days. It's not that bad, right? It's really not that bad. Bearish engulfing candles, where are you? We're on the hunt. Bearish engulfing candle, and then boom, you pumped the next day, and you dumped kind of afterwards, right? These bearish engulfing candles, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a lot less intimidated by these bearish engulfing candles after this past like 2 minutes than I was at the beginning of the video. No, I really wasn't intimidated by them at all at the beginning of the video. I hope you weren't either. If you were, hopefully this calms you a little bit, right? Bitcoin itself is right at this golden line, this 123 moving average, the green line, I should say. It's an area that you're finding support on here. You found resistance on here. You found resistance on here. You found resistance on here. You found support on it here. And what are you doing right now? You guessed it, finding support on it potentially. Potentially. I don't know. Oh, this might not be the best chart for this. Let's look at this 4-hour time frame. RSI at the oversold zone, not getting oversold, which is actually a bullish thing, but near it. Close enough. Look at that. Beautiful structure, right? Lows, higher lows, beautiful. Oh, that's, come on. Why'd you do that? I didn't click the right click. I did. That's why I deleted, but I didn't think I did. Looks like it's bouncing from here, or it would bounce, even if it goes lower, whatever. You're at the low ends. We were calling for this yesterday. You had a nice uptrend. It looked like you wanted to break out of it. We were calling for this yesterday. This was expected. Now, I didn't expect that you'd move down this much. So maybe I allowed for it. Maybe I said we could move down to these. I forget what my price target was, but I certainly didn't expect yesterday to happen the way it did. I would have thought it took a little bit more time, but we definitely were. I think if I was calling for it, I would have said that the move down would have been faster than the move up. And I don't know where I would have called for the move down, but let's just see from a high to a low, or a low to a high. That'd be at about 95. Maybe I would have called for a move down about this. I don't know. Watch my video yesterday. I'm not trying to sound like I'm right or wrong. Like I really don't care about that. Maybe I would have called for a move. I probably would have called for a move down, truthfully, down to about 95.5K to 97.4K. And I bet, knowing myself, I was probably really leaning on that 99.5K area. So if anything, it went a little lower than expected. But this should be it. The move down itself shouldn't have been a surprise. Here we are on a daily, oh my goodness, I just glitched there. Daily aspect, a daily aspect, breaking out of this downtrend here in the daily RSI, right? Connecting these highs. Maybe that's not the best line to draw, actually. We did break out of it. Now we're back in it, so maybe not. I don't know. When we break out of it, that'll be a good thing. You get back above the 60. Just getting above the 60 is a nice thing in itself, but breaking out of this and then getting back into it's not necessarily a good thing. Getting back out of it would be a good thing. Getting above the 60 would be a good thing, and then also throwing into the mix that you're bouncing off the 50, pulling in some higher lows as well on your RSI would be a good thing. So hopefully we do bounce right here. Hopefully today closes green, or if it doesn't close green, at least close neutral, and then tomorrow get us going. But I assume it does. I don't know how many people are calling for this right now, but I'm calling for a bounce practically like right here. If we go lower, we're at 96.5K. If we go lower, maybe we drop about $1,000 down to about 95.5K. But I would assume by the end of this day, in 18 hours and 33 minutes, we're either back at these current prices or a little higher, or closing the day green. So I suspect we do go a little bit lower, but I still suspect we close the day green. And if we don't go lower today, maybe tomorrow we go lower. And then, like maybe we close today here, or we close it green, something like that, something around here. Regardless if we go lower or not, I think we close something around here. And then if we haven't hit this low, then tomorrow we hit it and then we close green. Or if we hit it today, then tomorrow we recover and we start moving back up for the rest of the week. So I got nothing else for you guys. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.